Honestly, I don't know if I would vote for any female. I don't know if female should be in office. There are a lot of really good women in office.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hate on anyone. Even like some really good congresswomen. I don't think women should hold office in general. Like, it's a man's position.
Yeah.
That's my stance. I think women should, run the home.
Apologies, I was hungry and I skipped a story. But you heard it right there, make it make sense. That woman, Representative Andy Biggs' youngest daughter, Mylie Biggs, now running for an Arizona Senate. Somehow it gets even worse, but before we get into the details, Cenk, are you shocked that a right-winger is a hypocrite?
So women shouldn't run for office, and she's now running for office. Okay. Later, I'm going to ask Sharon if it's offensive if I ask her to make me a sandwich. Uh-oh. Okay, let's have you hear the story. No, let's talk about the story, and then we'll talk about whether she should make me a sandwich. Okay, let's do it.
You're not gonna like it very much if I do, but anyway, let's give you the details. August 2024, 25-year-old Mylie Biggs appeared on that podcast hosted by conservative Maddie McCurdy. She discussed her work at Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA, her father's career, and her own political views. She had a lot to say. When Kamala Harris and the 2024 election came up, Biggs and McCurdy agreed she was dumb and a DEI candidate. Led to Biggs arguing that while there are some good female politicians, women are really meant to be homemakers, not office holders.
Feminism has transformed incredibly in the past few years, starting with women's right to vote, and went rampant from there. Like right now I'm in a 9-to-5 and it's a really good situation, but I hate a 9-to-5 schedule. I get home and I'm like, I don't want to do anything else. Women aren't built for this.
Yeah.
Put me back in the kitchen, bro.
Yeah, no, literally. I just want to be a wife. I just want to be a mom. That's what I want to do. And I think a lot of other women are waking up to that too. All the feminism leaving their bodies once they have to, do a 9-to-5.
Right.
And I totally agree with that. And I think that applies to politics too. Women are supposed to be the nurturers and, take care of the home, be mothers. And
right.
If you're out in Congress or out doing something else, what are your kids doing? Or are you,
Yeah.
And that's really what, I'm not trying to be sexist in any way. I truly believe that that's what women are really good at. That's where they that's where they shine is at home, taking care of kids, nurturing, whereas the men are really good at providing. And so men in office is where I'm sitting. That's where I'm at because I want to be at home.
Wow. Apparently not anymore. 10 months later, Biggs filed a statement of interest for what will be an open Senate seat in the 2026 elections. June 21st, she posted this on X. I am Mylie Biggs. I am running for state senate in LD 14. My parents taught me to love my country, the Constitution, and to value my freedoms. I've watched so many good people in my life serve this country in the military and in public office. I too seek to serve. I love my Father in heaven and strive to do his will. She's linked to a nomination petition to collect signatures to qualify for the 2026 primary ballot. Since her original announcement, though, little else has happened with Biggs's campaign. It's off to a slow start. She still hasn't filed a campaign finance report, even though the report for the second quarter of 2025 was due July 21st. Her candidate profile on the Arizona Secretary of State's office shows she has not raised any money yet. So maybe she remembered that she's against women holding political office and decided to quietly slink away. That we just don't know. Cenk, she seems like a character out of an Adam Sandler movie, the way she was talking in that video. I just kept thinking of bubbles. I just want to blow big bubbles, pink bubbles. It was just bizarre. And yet she's now putting out this statement and says it's her intention to serve her country.
Yeah. So look, I debated this right-wing woman probably over a decade ago now. And I angered some on the left because in that debate, that my recollection is that woman kept saying about how women are not up to the job that men are up to. Like, and I forget all the different ways that women were somehow inferior to men, right? And they needed to stay at home and all that stuff, right? So then I said, well, then why don't you go back home, and while you're there, make me a sandwich? And some on the left were objected to that. And they said, oh, that's jank, that's too mean, right? That's wrong. You shouldn't say that to anyone. No, you shouldn't say that to any normal woman, like 99.999. And if you do, you're like a bit of a monster and at a minimum an a-hole, right? But when someone says, I belong in the home, and she literally said in that case, somebody said like in the kitchen, she's like, yeah, literally, right? So if I was debating her in that congressional race, and I'd say, can you please go home and make me a sandwich? So would that be offensive, or does that make sense when she says that that's where women belong?
I'm fine with it. If that's where I proclaimed is my place, it's where I want to be, it's where I belong, nurturing, sandwich making, then that's what I said, then it's fine. No, I'm gonna make you a sandwich. That's what I declared. Sure.
So, and of course the point is, guys, like, if you're in the arena and now you're running for office, but you say all other women should stay at home and make sandwiches, that is like record-breaking hypocrisy, and you gotta get called out on it. So, but there's no end to the hypocrisy with Republican politicians, and now she's officially trying to be a politician. And one other part of this that shouldn't go unnoticed, she said, oh my God, I'm doing a 9-to-5 job, it's so hard, I don't wanna do it. So now you're running for office when you've already stated to us that working just 9 to 5 is a huge pain in the ass for you. You don't like to do it, you don't want to do it. And then you're asking me to hire you for a job. I mean, yeah. But to be fair to her, politicians barely work.
Yeah, this is true. So she might make some sense there, but we don't even care, at least I don't speak for myself. If she believes that women belong at home, nurturing children, making sandwiches, I'm okay with that choice for her and her life. I might feel some kind of way behind closed doors that I hope her daughter at least gets the same choice. It's the part where she says it about all the rest of us, and now here she is again saying, vote for me, raising no money and declaring God's will. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I want to be super clear because Sharon made a good point there. Guys, we're not talking about judging you if you choose to be a homemaker. God bless, it's a free country and a perfectly good choice. We're judging her because she said everyone should do that and women shouldn't be in office and shouldn't have these jobs. That's the problem. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.